We could all get along if we'd simply respect each other. Yes, there are things we don't like about each other's behavior. However, that's not a reason to mistreat those who we don't like or don't agree with. I don't understand why if someone is not being immoral, simply because he does not act like everyone else, those people have to point their fingers at him. He's not doing anything wrong, you just don't like him. So, what? You're not supposed to like everyone you come into contact with. People express themselves differently. And just because his expression doesn't match yours, you don't have to let him know. But that's related to our own personal preferences. And so, you could say the same about morality. If you create an environment where violence, rape, stealing, and lying are encouraged and everyone agrees with it, why can't it be allowed? The idiot who comes along with his Christian morals and tries to make a living for himself in the righteous way is a bug that must be converted to the environment's way or tortured until he does so. Or quits. Why can't things be that way? Don't we all want fairness? Don't we all want to go to a place where we know exactly what's going to happen without having to look over our shoulders? Even if we played along with the crowd, how could we when the rules are so inconsistent? We need a definite set of morals. But even if we can't agree on what those should be, it's so simple, actually golden: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. End of conversation. You know very well how you'd like to be treated, so why do you think it's okay for you to treat someone else in a negative way? For example, no one likes to be rejected or ignored, and so they made you feel bad. Consequently, you want to return the favor. But here comes the difference between morals and personal preference. Those who rejected or ignored you didn't disrespect you, they simply didn't appreciate your value, they didn't want you personally. Therefore, if you don't respect their decision to do so, why do you think someone else should respect your decision when you reject or ignore them? Why? The world doesn't revolve around you. You can't expect everyone to give you what you want, but you should expect them to treat you righteously. Is that asking for too much? Is it? We wrongfully base our morals on personal preferences. How can we when they change every day? That stupid excuse of, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know who you were. Now that I see you're not so bad, I can treat you with respect." What? Respect is not earned, it is given. Since you have the chance of making the mistake of causing a bad first impression, why should the person choose to associate themselves with you when they know how you treat people? A bad and forgivable first impression would be to not be dressed for the occasion. A bad first impression that reveals your true character would be to mistreat someone because you don't know them personally. Always be respectful, and always keep your morals in check. You don't have to answer to a common human being, you have to answer to God. And if you treat your boss right but your employees wrong because you know you can get away with it or because they did something you don't like, not wrong, but that you don't like, and if it all comes to who has more power, well, just like a pretty girl who thinks she doesn't have to study because she's a desirable person, when her looks, your power goes away, you'd wish you had set your values on something other than the exploitation of others. Should not the same things happen to you or your loved ones? Why not? It might not have been the environment you created but is the one you supported. You know very well, from first-hand experience, how those who have power should treat those who do not. You were the same as the strong, and now you're the same as the weak. Have you not yet realized there's no difference? That what you did was wrong, cowardly, abuse, and misuse of power that was given to you, and can and will be taken away from you? But it feels good. You prefer it that way. Morality comes with so many limitations. Why should you limit yourself? Because, sibling, do not be deceived, God is not mocked, for whatever one sows, he will also reap. For the one who sows to his own flesh will reap corruption, but the one who sows to the Spirit will reap eternal life. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up.